story. Please leave a like if you guys did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new. Leave your stories in the comments down below if you ever had to deal with a very angry person. Hopefully not nearly as bad as this situation, but anyway guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace. Alright guys, so I'm streaming right now. If you want to come check out the stream, I'll link it in the description. But today's video is not talking about a dickhead friend, because I know yesterday's video had all these comments. They're like, dude, your friends are assholes. Like, fuck them. Find new friends. But they're not really assholes. They're more just really, really immature. And that one kid from yesterday's video, I still know him to this day. And now he's really, really cool and really laid back. But back then, he was just so obsessed with the internet and following the trends. That's just what he thought would be funny. And it was fucking hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty stupid, but it was funny. But today's video is about a friend of mine's dad, and this dude was a fucking psychopath, a straight up psychotic motherfucker. He would freak out about the littlest of things. I specifically remember this one time where I came to my friend's house, and I have really, really bad allergies, so every once in a while my eyes will just get super, super irritated. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it basically looks like I smoked a bunch of fucking weed. So I went there one time and my eyes were super watery and my fucking nose was running, and I was blowing my nose and he's like, "Are you high?" And I looked at him and I was like, "No, are you?" He's like, "Oh, real tough guy you are. You're real funny." I'm like, "Dude, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just not high." He's like, "I don't believe you." And then he tried to fucking kick me out, but luckily my friend was there and was like, "Dad, he's not high. Leave my friends alone." But yeah, today's story is about his psychotic dad. I hope you guys enjoy it. Leave a like if you do. But yeah, it pretty much started as a normal day. My friend invited me over. I went over there. There was another kid already there staying the night. I was going to stay the night too. And
es tan difícil de describir que es mejor probarlo con tus propios ojos. Ahora ve y pruébalo con todos tus sentidos. Dr. Pepper,
he used to come home every single night at 1 in the morning, and he would get in fights with his dad because, he was out past his curfew. Plus, I think he smelled like smoke or something. I never really noticed it, but I guess he was smoking cigarettes, and his dad was not okay with that. You could literally be sitting next to a lady that was smoking a cigarette, and then come home and walk inside, and that dad would just kick you out of the house because he'd be like, "Oh, you're smoking cigarettes." And you're like, "No, I was just sitting next to someone that was smoking." And he wouldn't believe you. That's how fucking nuts this guy was. But on this night, it started pretty normal. This kid's older brother left the house. He went out with his friends. Me and my friends were hanging out in the backyard. And it started to get pretty late, right? So we went inside. We laid down on the couches. We had some blankets. And we pretty much ended up just falling asleep. And we wake up, I'd say 2 hours later, to just yelling, straight up yelling. And my friend is nowhere to be found. It's just me and this other kid. And we're gonna give my friend a name. We're gonna call him Ethan, right? So me and this kid are in the living room, and we look at each other, and we're like, "Where the fuck did Ethan go?" And then we hear Ethan yelling, and it's his dad and him arguing in the other room. So we're like, "Oh shit, dude, they're arguing." This literally never ends good, dude. Every time they would argue, we'd usually end up getting sent home because his dad wouldn't let him have friends over if they were fighting. So after 30 seconds of them just screaming back and forth, we could kind of hear what they were yelling about. And apparently, this kid's dad thought that Ethan was smoking weed. And you want to know why? It's because the front door had a weed scent to it, okay? And can you guess who was probably smoking the weed? It was his fucking older brother. His older brother was literally outside. I think he smoked on the porch and then came inside and it kind of smelled a little bit, right? And he's done that 10 times before this one. So his dad knows that it's him, but he was picking a fight with Ethan, little Ethan, just to be a dick, just to fight with him. So the yelling started getting closer, and we could hear that they were coming into the living room. So we pretended to be asleep because we were sneaky, and we just wanted to pretend to be asleep to listen more. And we listen, and I can hear the sliding glass door open. And I hear this weird noise, and I hear, "Dad, what are you doing? Dad, what are you doing?" And here we're thinking with our eyes closed, we're like, "Holy shit, is he about to do something?" And I open my eyes just a little bit, I'm squinting. And I see his dad come back in with a fucking bucket of water. And he's taking the water in his hands and splashing us with it while we're sleeping, right? So I pretend to wake up. And I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" He's like, "Get up, call your parents, you're leaving." And I'm like, why?" And he's like, "'Cause you're smoking pot with my kid." So I take the blanket and I wiped a little drop of water off my face. And I was like, "Hey, my backpack is right over here." I grabbed it for him. I opened it. I was like, "Look, you can search all my stuff. There's no drugs. There's no weed inside. I don't plan on smoking weed with your kid. I don't know why you think I'm Cheech and Chong, but I'm just really not. Look." And I gave him my bag. And he's like, "Oh, you're being smart with me." And he starts looking through my shit. Couldn't find anything. Wanna know why? Because all I had in there was fucking clothes and like some cologne. But yeah, after searching through my stuff and seeing that I had literally nothing, he then put my bag down. He kind of like said sorry under his breath and then walked away. And then he just goes into the other room and starts screaming at this kid's brother because he knew he was the one doing it all along. Like I said, he fucking knew it. And he was just literally looking for a fight the whole time because that's the kind of guy this fucking dude was. But yeah, that was literally the end of that. From that point on, this kid only comes to my house because if you have allergies, dude, and you step in this guy's house and your eyes just get the slightest bit red, if you sneeze and your eyes get red, you're apparently on every fucking drug in the book to this guy. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. And once again, I am live, so if you guys want to come check that out, I'll put it in the description. And yeah, see you guys all tomorrow. Peace. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm streaming right now, so if you want to come check that out, I'll put it in the description. I usually stream every weekend. But anyway, today's video is about some crazy motherfucker, some crazy person that I just had the wonderful pleasure of meeting and getting to know. And yeah, that's what today's story is about. I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like if you do, and let's jump into this. So this just requires me to give her a name. Considering it's about one person, it's pretty easy to just give him a name. So I guess we'll just call her fucking Miranda, okay? Miranda. Normal girl, right? At least I thought so. And the reason I met Miranda was because she was dating one of my best friends, okay? And like, I guess they were just really fucking happy. Love, it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, I was really happy for my friend because he found someone. And she seemed like a cool girl. Like, we hung out a few times, me, him, and her. And I was kind of third wheeling a little bit. But I didn't really care, to be honest. She seemed like a cool girl. I was happy for him. That was the end of that, right? And then some shit started happening. It just started going downhill really, really fast. Like every week, he would send me these long-ass messages just straight complaining about the relationship he was in and how this girl was batshit crazy and basically how she was a psychopath. And I was like, dude, she seems like a normal girl. What do you mean she's a psychopath? He's like, no, dude, you don't understand. Like, whenever you're around, she acts really normal, really chill. But the minute you leave, dude, it's fucking over. She just screams and, like, makes fights with me. It's so stupid. And the kid's my best friend, so of course I'm going to believe him. I was like, dude, that sucks. Maybe you should break up with her if it's really that bad for you two. And according to my friend, he tried to break up with her, and I guess she, like, threw some shit at him and tried to fight him. And when he said that, I was like, dude, it's time to end it. Like, that's when it's kind of getting bad. When you try and fight your significant other, it's a little bit of a problem. And he was like, yeah, man, you're right. I'm just gonna get it done with tonight. I'm just gonna talk to her, be as calm as I can, and just get it over with. And I don't know why, but this isn't my only friend that's had this issue. I think I've even talked about the other ones on here before. I've had friends that literally just date these girls, and even girls that have dated guys that just, like, fucking fight with each other. It's so stupid. But anyway, he tried to end it with her. I guess she freaked out at him because like an hour later I get a call from him screaming, asking me if he could come over because he lives pretty close. He came over to my house. He's like crying, and I just figured, I was like, all right, it's normal. You break up with someone, you cry a little bit. I can understand that. But then he told me about what happened, and shit, he wasn't crying because he broke up with his girlfriend. He was crying because his girlfriend was actually batshit crazy. So get this shit, dude. While they were dating and building this like trust with each other, she was going on his phone after he fell asleep and just like clearing his messages and like screenshotting certain messages and sending them to herself. Like there was this one message where he like told me about how crazy she was, and she screenshotted it and sent it to herself, okay? Not to mention, she basically sent his entire camera roll to herself. So every photo that kid took on his phone, she had now. And after she sent all the photos to herself, she cleared the messages off his phone, so he couldn't see that she sent them. And I was like, bro, how'd you not notice that? Like, she cleared the messages, didn't you see that they were blank? And he's like, yeah, I saw that, but I trusted her. I didn't think she'd do anything bad with my phone. And I was like, dude, from what you've been telling me, I think she would. And as we're talking, my friend starts getting these messages from her, just blowing up his phone. And then even I get a message, a fucking photo message. And it's the photo of the text message between me and my buddy of him calling her crazy from her. So she saw it, and she's like, I know what you were saying about me, Austin. And I just replied, and I was like, look, I don't think you're crazy, but right now you're kind of making yourself look a little bit crazy. And she just replies with, oh, I'll show you crazy. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And my buddy still had Twitter notifications on for this girl, so every time she would tweet, he would get a notification, and all of a sudden we just kept hearing his Twitter go off and off and off. And he pulls open his phone, and there's just a bunch of pictures from her, like, getting tweeted out. So he looks at it, and this fucking girl is just tweeting out screenshots on screenshots of all the private conversations my friend had with people and her. Basically putting my friend on blast for no reason. Like, it's not even putting someone on blast. That's like going, hey, look at all these private conversations this kid had. it doesn't really make you look like you're blasting them. It just makes you look like a fucking stalker, dude. But yeah, after she got done tweeting out the messages, she started tweeting out all these different pictures, even pictures of me that she got off his camera roll, and just being like, look at this kid, and look at this scum that I used to date, like, look at his best friend, just like being really, really psychotic. And at this point, me and my friend started laughing, even though it was such like a privacy breach, we were still laughing because she has 1,000 followers on Twitter, guys. And all of those 1,000 followers were just like tweeting back at her, just calling her a fucking psychopath for doing that shit. And keep in mind, we were basically getting backed up by all of her followers, so we felt pretty good about it. We're like, damn, this girl is pretty much learning her lesson. And then all of a sudden her tweets went private, like her whole profile went private. And then a little while after that, she ended up deactivating her Twitter, so we just figured like, oh shit, like all those people tweeting at her, she must have gotten like scared or something and deactivated. She wasn't texting my friend, just seemed like she wasn't even on her phone anymore. And later that night, my friend gets a call from this random restricted number, and he answers, and it's the girl's mom. It's his ex-girlfriend's mother, and she's like crying on the phone about her daughter and how she's like crazy, and is like literally apologizing to my friend like 100 times. And she was like, yeah, this will never happen again, I promise. I made her deactivate all her social media, and I took her phone away for a month. But yeah, that was kind of the end of it. Her mom herself literally said that her daughter was crazy and ended up taking her phone away. And we never heard from her for like a month. I think my friend got one text message from her like a month later after she got it back, but he didn't reply to her. I think he blocked her. And that was really the end of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you do. I know it was more of a serious one because like this girl was nuts. You really can't even joke about it. There's like nothing I could say that would be funny about this because it's just like so fucking creepy. She took everything off of my friend's phone and put it onto her phone and had all these really creepy threatening messages to him and me. Like she sent me that photo and was like, I know what you've been saying about me, Austin. It just gave me like a weird feeling. I was like, nah, fuck that. But anyway, guys, I'll see you all tomorrow. I will leave a link in the description if you guys want to come check out the stream because I am live right now. And yeah, I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace. Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Luna here, also known as Austin, and today's video is on time for fucking once, because the last 2 days I've had such a horrible schedule. I've literally uploaded at like 3 in the morning and then at like 4 in the morning, so I'm going to put those 2 videos on screen because I'm sure a lot of you missed them. So yeah, go check those out. If you thought I was dead, I wasn't. I just uploaded really, really fucking late. But today's video / story is about something that happened to me when I was 13 years old. Yes, 13. I was pretty young when this happened. And I like to say that I live in a pretty decent area, and I feel like I always start these videos where I'm talking about these crazy people like that, but my area is pretty good. But when you travel a little bit out and you go a little bit farther out, you meet these crazy people and they do shit like this. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy hearing about this. Leave a like if you do, and let's get into it. So like I said, I was 13 when this happened, and when I was 13 I had a legit obsession with walking to places. I just liked to walk to places, get exercise, get food, you know, and overall it just gave me something to do. I used to get really, really bored back then, and walking to places was just kind of a cure to boredom. But yeah, I got really, really hungry, so I started walking up to this fast food place. Now, there was a fast food place closer than the one that I was going to, but the one that I was going to had better food, so I decided to go there. And this was just about a 2-mile walk for me, so it was going to take me a while to get there. I had a bunch of main roads to go down, so I started walking, and I went through a bunch of these crosswalks on the way. You know, you just hit the little button, it gives you the sign to walk, you walk across, everyone stops for you. It's no big deal, right? And I went through a few of these. I found some shortcuts too to take. I was just trying to get there as quick as I could because I was fucking starving. And then I got to the one big main road where just a bunch of motherfuckers are, where all the stupid drivers are too. So I hit the little stupid button, and I'm waiting for it to give me the sign to go, and it finally gives me the walking sign. Now, it's a pretty long walk. This huge street takes a little bit to get over. So the walking sign, it stays there for a little bit, gives you time to cross. So I'm crossing this street, and I have the right to do so, right? And I was walking pretty quick. I knew these people had places to go, so I wasn't trying to waste their time. So I'm going as quick as I can, and this lady beeps her horn at me. And this has happened so many other times. Every time I fucking cross one of these stupid streets, someone has to have a problem with me doing so, and basically just freak the fuck out. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it before. But yeah, anyway, this lady beeps her horn at me. I, put my hands up like I'm sorry, and I keep going. And she gets out of her